Halo, selamat malam. Okay, jadi Manchester United lawan Arsenal. Kita kalah 3-2. Let's go. Okay, salam sejahtera dan selamat malam. Okay, hari ini kita nak buat match review, reaction kita terhadap game semalam Manchester United lawan Arsenal. Kekalahan yang mengecewakan. Disappointing results kita dapat semalam. Kali ni kita ada Eriton, kita ada Jai dan kita ada Doc di bawah. Yes. First kali I nak cakap on behalf of everyone dekat JomUnited ni, Happy Chinese New Year to everyone celebrating. Hope you guys have a blast. Very boom 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 bunga api, fireworks semua tu. I hope you guys enjoy and everyone. And let's hope this year will be a good year, a year of rabbit. Unfortunately, not a good start for Manchester United fan because we lose yesterday. 3-2. Okay, I nak tanya Eriton dulu. First thought, Eriton, yesterday. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about that yesterday?
Honestly speaking, okay lah, kita tengok, we will see the two side of the coin lah. First side of the coin memang disappointed lah, but second side of the coin, I would say, like a 6 months preparation against a 6 months rebuilding process against a 3-year rebuilding process. Lepas tu, we played midweek also at the same time also. We are missing one of our key players also. It's not that bad. We're on the right track. We're really on the right track. But memang boleh cakap disappointed lah because the goals that we conceded were silly mistakes. I don't want to mention who sebab nanti Doc marah sikit. So we keep it for the discussion lah. But yeah, I'm disappointed by the same time.
Yeah, everyone disappointed lah. Okay, tapi let's jump to the match lah. Okay, first kali I nak cakap pasal line up lah. I nak tanya Jai dulu. Jai, tengok line up tu I terkejut. Fred tak main, McTominay main. Memanglah kita expect because Casemiro tak ada kan. Suddenly Ten Hag dia membuat kejutan tau. Dia tak mainkan Fred, dia mainkan McTominay because I expect McTominay takkan main, Fred akan main because of the energy yang Fred provide. Even though dia main tak apa-apa kan, tapi dia ada orang kata kerajinan lah, nak mengejar bola semua kan. Tapi McTominay lah main. Macam mana tu? Apa reaction bila tengok line up tu sendiri? Horse plug tu main, macam tu. Apa pendapat Jai pasal line up?
Kalau nak cerita pasal line up, kita memang tak ada Casemiro is expected lah. Maksud saya kalau this is key player lah Casemiro. So kalau nak comparekan dengan Fred dengan dan juga McTominay, pada I tidak ada perubahan pun sebenarnya. Sebab memang kita dah tak ada choice. Kita ada McTominay ataupun Fred. Tetapi dalam masa yang sama, kita tak boleh budget lah. Kita tak boleh fikir yang McTominay ataupun Fred boleh membuat sesuatu kat field kita. So kalau kita tengok game semalam pun bermahajalela lah. Kita boleh nampak Petty, and then Odegaard berbahajalela. So lagi satu, kesan antara sebab kita semalam sebab Casemiro tak ada, this is key player. Sebab kita boleh nampak the game before, Eriksen dengan Bruno agak selesa bila ada Casemiro. Betul. So kalau letak, kita memang sekarang ni, kita punya sub memang tak mampu level dengan apa yang Casemiro buat game by game before. So hopefully kita perlu cari midfield macam I cakap the last previous punya video, kita kena cari level sama dengan Casemiro. Sebab I rasa Fred dengan McTominay tak boleh buat apa. Sebab last season kita boleh tahu dia hanya baik, mungkin ada masa dia kena, ada masa bagus, ada masa tak bagus, tak konsisten. So for me memang tak ada Eric Ten Hag memang tak ada pilihan. Tak ada pilihan betul.
Yeah, of course memang tak ada pilihan lah kan. Nak buat macam mana? Dari pun kita tak boleh lah. Memang ketiadaan Casemiro tu memang mengganggu sikit lah in terms of kita punya rentak-rentak semua kan. So kita baca sikit komen. Yes, terrible defensive terrible defensive performance. Yeah, betul. It is from side. Yes, keep the red flag flying high because Man United never die. Of course, we will bounce back. Yes, Ani, this one echo from what Eriton said just now lah. First season compared to Arteta's third season, we get them started, it's not the end. Yeah, betul. If let's say masa few months back pun kita menang lawan diorang kan, dekat United. So kali ni boleh nampak lah the difference. This one pun Raj pun dia kata we are doing well but the late goal conceded ni. Okay, this one nanti kita ni kita cakap pasal late goal tu, nanti kita cakap This one edited is a Sancho in JomUnited. Welcome back. It's been a long time.
Overseas training lah.
Akhirnya honor memanggil edited untuk kembali. Yes,
overseas training macam Sanchez lah. Pergi overseas.
Manager panggil masuk balik. We really miss Casemiro. Yes, alright, betul. So okay, now let's jump straight to the goal. Doc, hot streak Rashford continue. Is it really now is the time that orang kata people who started doubting him in the early season because of last season punya performance can now start to appreciate Rashford more because of the dia punya goal scoring streak dah continue kan? So what do you think? Should we appreciate more or should we expect more from him?
Well, I think all the haters now have to eat their words lah, right? Before the last 2 seasons, I think he was our main attacking threat, and whenever he didn't play, I think I mentioned this before as well, right? We look less of a threat going forward. Now, this season, he's carrying our attacking threat. He alone is carrying our attacking threat without any help from the others. In a sense that, in terms of goal contribution, you look at Martial, you look at Antony, you look at even to a certain extent Garnacho. They're not having that kind of consistency game in, game out. I think Rashford is doing really well. He's really carrying our attacking threat and the confidence to take on that shot yesterday. Once he already beat Thomas Partey, I think he only had one thing in mind. Fantastic finish lah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Right to the corner.
Yeah. That one memang kata took Ramsdale by surprise lah kan. Okay, speaking about conceding a goal, now we're going to talk about that first goal. I think something that should have been prevented by at least on the defensive unit lah kan. For some blame David De Gea because of not alert enough in order to come out to catch the ball. Some said because of the Aaron Wan-Bissaka punya orang kata careless. So editor, what do you think about that first goal? Could it have been prevented early before the crosses come in, or maybe the defensive unit should be tight enough ke? What do you think about that first goal conceded?
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to open a whole can of worms, but I'm going on a safe route first. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka, once again, my God, what a donkey and a half, like, that guy. First and second, I was first in the third goal that entered. It was down to his mistakes. First one, you are a defender, use your bloody brains. Why are you going behind and then you looking like that? Betul-betul, dia ingat dia patung Spider-Man tau. Kadang-kadang saya rasa tau. The second one, the third one that entered as well. I just going to jump over. The third one that entered as well. Why is your zonal marking so bad? Where are you going? Hey, you're talking about the basics of the game. Sometimes they say, oh, his tackles, this, his tackles is as good as that. But yesterday, I mean, like, I did that. One thing, he couldn't even get his basics right. I mean, speaking about David De Gea, I mean, I will still say on form, he's one of the best in the world, if not the best. But I would say he should have done better in those goals, especially like there's some silly mistakes he did yesterday as well. Number one was that punching the ball out. I don't know what he was doing. So that one, it was a simple catch, and you can see the first goal as well. I mean, I don't think you can blame him so much in that, but the second and third goals, then you have to ask questions already now.
Yeah. I think that
it's
betul. Yeah, the second goal tu memang.
Yeah, I would say like completing of his field, his positioning as well. So yes, I would say like everyone has to take blame. And for the life of me, if you all watched the game yesterday as well, why on earth were they passing back? How many times we learned this already? Where players pressures, they is going to fumble one way or another because he can't play that sweeper role. So entah kenapa Lisandro Martinez dengan Varane passing back kat De Gea. They are playing like that. So honestly, it was a frustrating defensive approach, I would say. But then again, everyone needs to take accountability. But I will always I'll place more blame on the Spider-Man wannabe Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
But don't you think it's a bit harsh in terms of not blaming the Aaron Wan-Bissaka because of maybe those two?
It's a bit harsh lah. I would have put in some explicits in there if I say if I really wanted to speak from the bottom of my heart lah. But if you want me to do, I'll do that lah.
Tak lah. Tapi for me,
Wan-Bissaka is a bloody idiot. bloody idiot. I was saying.
Tak,
What the whole kind of worms. You know what? I almost wrote an apology letter for Wan Bisaka like how I wrote for Fred last. Because why you played well for the past 1 or 2 games. But yesterday, I mean, like once again lah, my mouth because I told my friend, my brother-in-law, a day before, the night before, Wan Bisaka actually proved me wrong. I used to hate him a lot now, but actually, you see what happened.
No, but first of all, I don't know. I don't know how he ended up on the left side of the defense lah. First of all.
betul tu weird juga tu.
Exactly. Why was he there in the first place? Ayo. And he was looking at the ball. Looking at the ball and just seeing it. What like Never mind. If not, our channel will get banned, so I better not say anything further lah. Carry on.
Tak, tapi betul. Dia memang macam like, memang it's the worst basic defending mistake yang dia buat lah. Tapi macam dia dah macam being good like for maybe for the 30 minutes kan. Suddenly dia concede that goal macam kita why? Tapi itulah I rasa
Why?
Itulah dia ni kan. Okay, Jai. So kita dah tengok. So nak tengok, I nak tahu pendapat you about the first half tu. What do you think? Adakah memang betul kita control game ke, ataupun is it because of kita memang push Arsenal main defensif sikit ke, ataupun memang diorang control game menyebabkan kita tak boleh main game kita? Macam mana? That first half tu sahaja.
First half actually sebelumnya kita dapat gol awal.
Betul.
And then kita buat mistake daripada orang Basaka, awareness. Dia kalau kita cakap tadi kecuaian lah, mistake daripada individu. Then kita main dekat tempat Arsenal tau. Dan dalam keadaan sama, Arsenal perform. Dia perform every game by game sama macam kita, tapi dia lebih perform lah sebab dia dekat table. Dia punya semangat tu lebih tau. So bila kita buat kesilapan individu, jadi kita akan terima akibat dia lah. So for me, kita kalau sebenarnya kita dapat satu mata dekat tempat dia pun dah cukup bagus dah sebenarnya. Sebab diorang tengah perform. So for me, for the first game, for the first half, bila kita dapat gol and then diorang dapat gol balik, jadi dekat sini kelebihan pada diorang lah. Dengan kita kepincangan dekat midfield, then dengan kita dah nampak lah bila tekanan kepada David De Gea akan timbul lah mistake yang daripada defend, So dekat sini first half tu sepatutnya bila kita dah leading tu kita kena absorb apa yang momentum yang bagus tapi kita dah buat mistake, kesilapan daripada player sendiri, jadi kita kena terima akibat dia lah.
Ya, betul. Ya.
Now dogs moment, we have to put the thing louder a bit.
Kita baca komen dulu. We invited their late goal because the whole team is tired. Ya, betul. Let our squad that. This one nanti kita akan talk about that substitution from Erik ten Hag. Okay, ni comment from Raj. Everyone Zainal Basika still feels he plays with Maguire and the law. Yeah, when Eric Smith about the Gea, dog looks like it's gonna explode. Yeah, this is from Justin. Yeah, okay, now any last comment. The difference is that Arsenal ran through our midfield like urine leaking from a hole in an underwear lah guys. Yeah, mungkin lah. Tapi this is, I have to ask Doc lah about that second goal lah. Could have been prevented well, or could maybe our defensive or midfield can do better, or should De Gea be much better positioning wise? What do you think about the second goal? Could it have been prevented well?
I think first of all, Eriksen gave too much of room for Saka to cut back inside. Right? You want to always shuffle players on the outside. He gave too much room for him to cut back inside. And then the shot was a good one lah. Good one. For me, I think there were a lot of players in his view, but I think he probably should have done better lah. He should have been. I think from the slow motion, you can also see that he is sort of getting ready, right? So you can see he's actually in the air, and that when the shot is taken. So that actually, by the time he gets down and the ball is already on his way. But to be fair, he was also right to the corner lah. I would say an international goalkeeper probably should take blame for that in a sense. But again, you must also remember, right? If all long shots could be saved, then you won't see any long shot goals lah, right? Or not? In the same way, Ramsdale also conceded the first goal. It's right to the corner. If it probably wasn't right to the corner, he probably would have got to it. But it was right at the side netting, right? So sometimes you just have to say, okay, a bit of a mistake, good shot, right on target, goal lah. Too bad.
Yeah, tapi you can see that there's after that goal, there's also the same kind of situation di mana Saka pun cut back and then do the same kind of shot. Tapi dia kena palang kan. So maybe De Gea should have maybe like aware that same thing gonna happen again. So maybe, but dia tak dapat pun, dia macam dia freeze tau.
You know, don't forget when you are coming from that angle, Pijal, the keeper has to cover his nearer post first. You don't want him to cut back and shoot into your near post, right? So you're always slightly closer to your near post, not expecting that one to be. And again, it depends where your defenders are. Your defenders should block one side for you to actually cover the other side. Right? The goal is huge. So the defenders, if they cover the near side, then you can be a bit one step further to your far post, correct? So again, our defensive line yesterday wasn't at its best. Yeah, but I think probably he should have done better, you know, with the first goal. With the second goal. Not the first goal. I think the first goal was, and I remember Besaka all the way lah.
Ingat dia ada spider sense.
Huh?
I thought he
And this is not the first time, right? Aaron Bissaka has done this. Even when he used to play on the right, it's always that guy beats him at the far post. It's not something new. So this also should be corrected on the training ground lah. But again, I still can't fathom, and I can't remember the how the play went, how we ended up on the left side, right? And if you look at the slow motion, he was with the man, and then he drifted inside. The guy went around him.
Probably have to watch the entire match again and then curse.
Yeah.
Okay, this one comment. Dog. This one, dog. Sujay said, dog, don't support De Gea too much lah, dog.
No, I don't understand. Nowadays, every goal is De Gea's fault lah. You know, nobody else takes blame for it.
Yeah, I think maybe because of the defensive line, because for me the goalkeeper is always the most important position in terms of it's the last line of the defender. So kalau you freeze ke, you tak freeze ke, you move ke, whichever position you move, it's gonna affect whether it's coming on goal ataupun tak goal tu je. Tapi itulah maybe an easy target lah De Gea because of he's been the club longest time so I don't know lah. Okay, this one ada comment from ni Raj. On the bright side, we used to gang rated by Arsenal. Now we can go to yes, betul. Dia same as per what Eric said just now lah. Kita dah toe-to-toe, even though Eric had just 6 months. Arteta dah 3 months, 3 years. So we going toe-to-toe. Now we're going to talk about that.
Can I just say I don't agree with that?
Why?
6 months versus 3 years. Okay, fine. Let's look at the game. We were in the game until the 17th minute. We were 2-2. And then we just totally lost the plot. We were just defensively kicking everything out and inviting the trouble. It was just a matter of time before they scored, right? And Ten Hag didn't make the changes as well. So I wouldn't say it's 6 months. If you look at the game, it was something that we could have, okay, you're in an away game playing the top league the team. 70 minutes, you're 2-2, right? You have a chance to attack. Keep the ball on the opposition side of the pitch and you won't concede. We were just inviting pressure for the last 20 minutes. We were just kicking the ball away and it was just coming back in waves. It was just a matter of time. So having had the same thing happen against Palace, we did it again this game and we just undid all the hard work from the City game. In 1 week, we dropped 5 points unnecessarily.
Yeah, that one I just about to ask Eriton now. What about the tactic against Arsenal ni? I macam sedikit kecewa tau. Because of apa boleh nampak dapat bola je nak pum hantar as kepada wet horse. And suddenly dia banyak main long ball. So do you think that tactic really works against this team of Arsenal yang banyak main ball underground kan? Dia banyak main ball on the ground tu. So what do you think? Is it the worst tactic or memang tactic tu sebenarnya patutnya work tapi because of the player not implementing well that tactic?
I mean, like if you look at it as well, right? Like guys, that's the only way we could play with McTominay in the middle. Sebab that fella was missing most of the time. Macam menteri tak buat kerja lah. Ada kat sana, collect gaji, tapi dia hilang. So that's the only way we could play. off it to the wing side. But at the same time, also not just tactical. I would say it's mentality at the end of the day. Also, like the players don't perform well under pressure. I would think like Doc said, leading towards the 70th minute, we were in the game.
Okay.
You know, obviously, yeah, we were in our back foot a couple of times. But if we had, you know, like a monster mentality, you know, you think of, I don't want to open grandfather's story lah, but think of Fergie's time, you know, the last minute goals, you know, those trophies he won all through those Fergie time winners and stuff. Well, we don't see that yet in this team. So once we get that and everyone is on the same page, I would say that, you know, like we could have actually won the game, not just drew the game, but won the game, because like that's what champions are made of at the end of the day. You can play clean, can play badly, but still win the game at the end of the day. So it's not just the tactics. Yeah, it was frustrating to watch with the hopping down the middle, but at the end of the day, when McTominay on there, you know, macam mana lagi kau nak main? Partly was running circles around him lah. I forgot he was even playing. Got one time he got the ball in the middle of the park and then he lost the ball because he dragged his own feet. What was that? I mean, like, these are the kind of players. And you talk about then you can go back and talk about squad depth also at the same time. No, everyone was saying Casemiro is a huge loss. It is because kalau Casemiro hilang, siapa nak main? Squad itu hoti. The fellow will be doing the worm in the middle of the park. But so cannot lah that one. We really need to start investing in that. But honestly, like I said at the start of the video, we be optimistic. Even with the Buatan yang tengah main tu kat tengah padang, we still are achieving something in a sense lah. It was a loss at the end of the day. It was painful. We dropped unnecessary points at Crystal Palace. But if we get the mentality right, I would say, you know, like the only way from here is up. Just give it. That's why I say we go back. This brings us back down to earth, guys. We're not going to challenge the title for this season. Top 4 cukup. Menang satu piala. Sebab it's been 6 years since we won a trophy. The last time we won a trophy, I couldn't grow a beard. Look at it now. So let's head back to reality. Whoops, there goes Rabbit. Let's just finish the season off strongly. That's all I can say.
Yes. I mean, the spirit is there lah. You know, the fact that when they went down, or even in previous games when they went behind, the heads didn't drop and they keep, you know, trying to come back into the game, which you saw yesterday, right? But it's the key big moments. And for me, that last 20 minutes, you totally lost the plot. You know, we couldn't even hold on to the ball. We were just, you know, the key is possession. At least try to hold on to the ball and then create something, right? We were just clearing, and they were just coming back at us. It was just a matter of time before you concede, right? Yeah. And
also
again,
the point,
having happened
this Arsenal team is not all that lah. You know, this Arsenal team is not all that. I honestly speaking, if we were to go to it, we could have beaten them, because this Arsenal team is not a team to be feared. I would say they are not that great. Trust me when I say, you know, we all know that it's just Arsenal. They are not that great. And if honestly the mentality was there till the 70th minute, and the last 30 minutes, I don't know why. We just maybe gave them too much respect, or we just like kind of like, okay, let's just hold on to this to all. So yeah, that's what I feel at the end of the day lah.
They are the top of the table for a reason lah. You know, they are scoring goals and they're winning games, right? So they are top of the table. But the thing is, we could have gone. We were actually 2-2, with I think only 3 or 4 players actually really playing well, which was Rashford, Martinez, and probably Shaw. The rest of them were missing. Our whole midfield, and that's the problem. Midfield being overrun by the Arsenal midfield, right? Eriksen was out. McTominay was totally missing. I think I finally saw him somewhere in the 60th minute. Okay. Antony flattered to deceive. He got the ball so many times. He was just hugging. He was just, you know, not creating anything at all. We were basically playing with 3 or 4 players, and we actually were tied at 2-2, right? If we had made probably some right subs, I would have taken off McTominay for Fred, probably bringing Garnacho. You need to give him some time, right? And he would actually take on players, and that would have kept the right side of Arsenal busy. Instead, we were not giving any attacking threat. They could throw as many men forward, right?
Yep, agree, totally agree. Jan, nak tambah apa tadi, Jan?
I will say again lah, this Arsenal team is not all that lah. You know, they're top of the team. They're top of the team. Just honestly speaking, so I mean, like it doesn't really show the class, depth in class between the two teams as well, I would say. So this Arsenal team, even if they were to win the league, I wouldn't say like, if they go to Europe, they probably get trounced anyway. So that's what I feel. They're not really that great.
Yeah, this gets me back to question. I nak tanya Ritin nanti one question. Okay, Jai, kita dengar Jai dulu. Jai cakap tambah apa tadi, Jai? Tadi nak
Tambah.
tambah.
Okay, kalau Eriton cakap tadi pasal mentality, yes, memang mentality kita tak sampai lah. Sebab kalau kita nak comparekan dengan apa yang Arsenal buat 3 tahun kebelakangan ni, dia tukar, shuffle player, buang, jual apa semua. And then nak comparekan dengan City, nak comparekan Liverpool. So macam kita sekarang baru 6 bulan, 8 bulan Eric Ten Hag ambil, and then quality player kita pun ada yang warisan-warisan daripada zaman Ole, zaman yang sebelum-sebelum ni. Macam Aaron Wan-Bissaka tu semua sepatutnya apa?
Zaman Jahiliah tu.
Zaman Jahiliah. And so then for me kalau game semalam 2 sama ataupun 3-2 di tempat Arsenal dengan bantuan VAR, so okay, kita still lagi berada di landasan dengan adanya Carabao Cup, FA Cup, UEFA Cup, apa semua cup. Mungkin kita jangan letak benchmark yang kita boleh menang title lah for me, tapi kita boleh dapat satu cup maybe, and then dengan gameplay kita, momentum kita, dengan apa yang kita ada, so tak perlu nak compare dengan Arsenal yang dah 3 tahun shuffle player semua, sampai hari semalam pun dia letak player baru dia. So okay, not bad.
Jangan terosak lah. Okay, this back to the question. I nak tanya Return ya. Tadi dia cakap pasal the Arsenal team kan. Do you think this Arsenal team is exactly the same as a Leicester team that won the league in 2015? They are performing better because other teams are not performing well. Do you agree on that?
I mean, I can take some things from there, because that Leicester team actually was pretty decent lah. I mean, like they have some really good players in, like Zawan, Riyad Mahrez and N'Golo Kante in there. So, I mean, they were pretty decent. But to say that they are the strongest team in the league, that's why they're top of the table and they're unbeatable, no lah. I really don't see. I've seen this Arsenal team play and they are really not as good as what like people are making out, or not people, their fans are making them out to be, especially those suckers from Arsenal fan TV ke siapa yang tu, oh we're gonna win the leagues. Brother, last year same time you were calling for Mikel Arteta's head lah. Memang bodoh ke korang ni. But so I would say like, some of the players are still also like, like the players that were left over, so like Granit Xhaka and all of those suckers as well. So yeah, they are not as good as what people make them out to be. I honestly think if they were to win the league, they would have. It's not the strongest team in the league winning the league, because if we look on paper, it's City at the end of the day. Let's not talk about Liverpool lah, because they suck lah. Liverpool really suck, and that really makes me very, very happy and puts a smile on my face that Liverpool, once again, let me reiterate, Liverpool sucks. They're in 10th position. Open the table now, let me see. So, but anyway, going back to Arsenal, honestly speaking, they are not as good as what people make them out to be. So that game yesterday was there for the taking. So we lost, but we are simply on par. Not to say we are great as well, but we were actually on par with them. If we were playing to our strengths, sadly we lost. We weren't there on that day. We didn't perform after the 70th minute. And they took their chances. Some silly mistakes here and there. Monster mentality coming back to it again, man. That's all I can say.
Yep. Agree. Yes. So, I nak tanya Jai pula. Jai, birthday boy score Licha Martinez, first goal for United. Unfortunately, result tak memihak kepada dia, bukan happy birthday punya hadiah kan. So, what do you think about his performance dia overall semalam? Memang betul-betul, adakah kita nampak masih ada orang kata World Cup fever dia tu masih ada lagi ke, atau memang dia memang seorang pemain yang kita dah kenal sebelum World Cup lagi?
Yang bagusnya dia score, yang memang kita sebenarnya kita tak boleh mengharapkan Rashford ataupun siapa-siapa pun kena skor sekarang ni. Then Martinez buat kerja yang bagus lah. Kerja yang bagus dengan apa yang dia achieve World Cup itu hari, dia bawa kepada gameplay dia yang semalam. So for me, antara tulang belakang Manchester United sekarang ialah Martinez dan Buatan lah. So for me dekat sini perlu dikekalkan momentum positif, perlu dikekalkan apa yang Martinez buat. Sebab aku rasa kalau Martinez tak main, aku rasa something dekat dalam tim Manchester United lah. So dia adalah nadi dekat dalam ni. Selain daripada Casemiro, Martinez, Varane and then Bruno. Sebab Bruno kalau you all nak tahu semua sekarang, Bruno adalah paling bagus midfield di antara De Bruyne. Dengan assist dia, dengan jaringan
bola. Ayo, come on lah, Jai. De Bruyne. Ayo, I love you lah, Jai lah. But De Bruyne is another. Bruno is good, but you know Kevin De Bruyne lah.
No,
this is coming from United.
No, Everton, this is fact. Stat dia memang mengatakan, yang dia lebih bagus daripada Bruno. Kalau you tak percaya, you boleh read it.
Okay. Kalau if we want to talk about stats, we obviously go back to the Paul Scholes and Steven Gerrard punya debate lah. So which one is better? Obviously, I would say Paul Scholes. So but yeah, we cannot compare. Kevin De Bruyne is a seminal talent lah. I put my hand up. I would say he's the best centre midfielder playing the Premier League since Paul Scholes. Probably better. That's how much.
Okay. Everton, I nak bagi satu contoh je. Manchester City, I nak bagi contoh je. Manchester City dengan Manchester United last previous game. Dekat mana De Bruyne?
Pocket.
Yeah, that's one off. The one off. Okay. Tapi kalau pasal talent, okay, this is off rails a bit lah. So okay, kita boleh buat segmen yang lain macam ni pasal ni. So kita tukar topik lah, okay lah. But I would just say lah, Kevin De Bruyne is man, cannot lah. You cannot compare Kevin De Bruyne to Bruno Fernandes. But Bruno Fernandes is good. He's very important for us. Itu I agree. I really agree. Bruno Fernandes is our captain. He's very, very important to us.
Okay, right. So that discussion Bruno and De Bruyne kita akan buat ni because I'm interested with this one player yang memang I dah nampak the 100 million man player. All I know is we need to get rid of all Antonys in the team. I just want to ask this towards Doc.
Ni lah Antony. Ni lah.
Apa tu?
Ni lah. It's nice for a few minutes, lepas tu dah jadi boring dah.
Yes. So I really have to ask about this 100 million man lah. Kan? Previously kalau katakan Pogba 89 million, we expect him to score to do assist, to play good every single game tau. Lah, not easy to compare Pogba with Antony. But then he's a 100 million man playing a winger. He is a Ten Hag guy. Suddenly dia macam like mana dia dah main, dia dah simpan main City pun out, tak ada apa-apa sumbangan. Crystal Palace pun out. Then this is the third game yang dia lawan Arsenal from the start pun out juga. Memang kita tak nampak langsung apa dia punya contribution. So what do you think about Antony? Should we just bench him then like a very overrated him ke? What do you think?
Firstly, he's new to the Premier League lah, right? So we need to of course think about that, cut him some slack. But for me, he's not doing enough lah. I mean, I'm used to the olden days where you got, geeks and all who take on players like Lee Sharp, geeks, who really take on players, beat them, cross it in, right? Or cut in and shoot, whatever knots lah. He's not doing anything. He's pulling the ball along the sideline, okay? And then he can't go on the outside. He wants to cut in on the inside every time. And there's one right in front of the penalty box. I don't know what skill he was trying to do. Some back heel, don't know what he did. Totally lost the ball and then let us, on the counter. Arsenal suddenly countered. I mean, for me, he's just not doing enough lah. Even look at Saka. Saka did the same thing, cut in and shoot. He was doing what Antony does best, better than Antony. Wait a minute. I mean, and people have already sussed him out. Okay, I know he's going to cut left, cut inside. I block his inside now. He can't go outside. What's he going to do? Cross with his right foot? No. He doesn't attempt to beat anybody on his outside. You need to have both sides of your game. You need to be able to cut outside occasionally. You need to be able to cut inside occasionally. If you're always cutting inside, everybody's going to show you out.
Betul.
And then you can't do anything. You're already neutralized. So if you occasionally start going out and then trying to cross, even if it doesn't, not a successful cross, right? But when you start doing it, you give the defender, a confusing situation. Should I show him outside? Should I show him inside? Then you play to advantage. He's always doing the same thing. It's no point, lah. It's like insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, lah. I know you're good on your left foot, but you ain't no Iron Robin, lah. To keep doing that and still beat people and score. So for me, I think he's not doing enough. And he's not the only one, lah. There's a lot of players just not doing enough in these games.
Yeah, betul. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah,
Tapi
allow me to say that Antony reminds me a bit of if you all remember Gabriel Buatan.
Yeah.
Too much lah.
Lebih kurang macam tu lah. But at the same time, he's a flashy version of Buatan lah. But once again, Antony, I know he's still new in the league lah. Like Doc said, he's very new, but he needs to pick it up very, very fast because the Premier League is very unforgiving, and if you don't pick it up, you're shown out the door like our beloved Alexis Sanchez lah.
Yeah, I mean, you should be doing more lah. You've already been here for half a season, right? You should be offering more on the pitch, not totally missing from games.
But
and you are the winger, you are the attacking winger. You're not contributing anything to you. That means your whole right side is dead, right? And you're always going to the left side. It also becomes very predictable.
Do you think that 3 goals early during his debut tu macam somewhat has hindered himself right now because of now people over expecting more of him because of what he done, because of what he did during the first 3 games masa dia buat debut kan? Do you think because of that ataupun because of the 100 million?
I don't think so. It's not just a matter of goals, Pijal. It's your performance in the game, during the game. And you're not offering anything for a good 60, 70 minutes. Right now, even yesterday at the beginning, he looked like he was getting a lot of the ball, right? And I said, wow, he looks in the mood today, right? And then he just disappeared and did nothing for the rest of the game. Right? Even when you have the ball in that dangerous areas and you are the right winger, right? You're doing absolutely nothing. And you've got a tall centre forward inside there, 6'6". You can't even beat the first defender. Then what's the point?
Yeah, betul. Yeah.
You're not giving, right wingers should be able to put crosses. You don't need to aim for a person in particular. Put it in the correct areas. Your striker, if you have a good striker, right, he will find the ball. Right? That's what Beckham used to do. Just put it into right areas and people can convert. Here, you can't even beat the first defender. And it's not one time. It's like so many times. Let's give another example. Valencia. Valencia was also a guy with limited talents. Okay, he could only cut outside. He cannot cut inside. But whenever he cut outside, he made sure he delivered the cross into the box. Either if he cannot, he will cross it hard and low. It will deflect and go all over the place, right? But at least that's some outcome. Here, you're not getting any outcome at all.
Ya, betul. Itu yang macam memang I am very disappointed lah dengan si Antony kan. Tapi dia kata ni lah, tapi this is comment lah. At least he's not playing like Gakpo lah. Yes. Another player that we scam for Liverpool. Previously Nunes, now is Gakpo.
Kena tipu banyak dia orang apa aduh.
Tapi Anthony's positivity is still better than Nunes and
It's funny how we accept these kind of standards for some players, and then for some other players the standard is very high. Antony is good. I don't think so. He's not performing enough for me.
Yeah, I totally agree on that.
No, but I think his price tag really hinders his progress as well at the same time. 80 million, he is overpriced.
Yeah, but Elton, he's the guy who talks a big game. If you've seen his articles, I came up from the hood, this is my chance, all that nonsense. And then you perform like this on the pitch. Even when he did that circling skill, he said, oh, this is me, this is my game, then don't talk.
Yeah, reminds me of this,
If you talk a big game, then you need to perform.
So boleh kira Roy Keane tu justified lah, one trick pony.
Paul Scholes kan? Bukan Paul Scholes.
Yeah, but I would say really like let's just really hope he picks it up very fast lah, because if not, you're 80 million down the drain lah.
Ya, betul. Yes. Okay. Now I nak tanya lah. This I think I nak tanya Return about the subs. Why is it? I know there's no strength in that in terms of on people on the bench lah, but he still got Garnacho. He still got maybe like Ilanga lah. We can argue a bit on that. He still got players to play on the sub tau. I know don't agree on that, but he still got players on the bench. Maybe those players yang dekat bench tu can perform much better on those on the field kan. So why do you think Erik ten Hag didn't use that bench? He just bring on Fred and then 2 minutes from time baru Garnacho masuk semua. Why do you think Erik ten Hag don't use
Fred? I know for obvious reasons, because Eriksen macam already is wearing a pacemaker already, so he couldn't take the game's pace. He cannot leave Scott McTominay there alone, sebab we know that he's of limited talent. And yeah, that's but yeah, one thing I didn't understand was why didn't we take out Antony way earlier in advance to bring in someone like maybe like a Pelestri or Garnacho to come inside, because that could have changed the dynamic of the game, because we were still huffing the balls out on the wing and hoping for the best. And yeah, if just to say if Garnacho came inside earlier, and we probably took out Weghorst and put in someone else, maybe like a Pelestri on the left, or probably take Weghorst out for Fred and put Rashford in the middle. So there's a lot of variables can happen. If buts and maybes lah, but yeah, that's one thing I couldn't wrap my head around why Ten Hag didn't change the approach of the game earlier. But with Fred coming in, that I know it was a given, because our midfield was really weak, really poor on that day. If Fred didn't come in earlier, I think Arsenal would have controlled the game even more sooner. Because once again, Scott McTominay, oh my god, he was shocking yesterday. Really bad. And Erman Bisaka. Next question, Jai.
Okay. I dah tadi Jai. I tak tahu lah whether also I nak tahu you punya pendapat you tentang second half, the comparison between the first half. The first half kita memang somewhat using the same tactic, tapi kita banyak long ball, tapi menjadi tu tactic. Second half suddenly dia macam tak jadi. Kenapa ada two performance dekat situ tu?
Ada gap lah by game first half dengan second half, betul tak?
Betul?
Itu soalan dia kan?
Ya, betul.
So kalau kena ikutkan bila diorang still attack kita dengan hole yang kita ada dekat bahagian midfield, dan mengharapkan pressing daripada Weghorst, yang memang Weghorst untuk buat untuk kita ambil sebagai pressing dan untuk block third quarter punya ni lah. So game tu akan menjadi satu negatif bila kita bermain long ball dan diorang bermain attack. Diorang kan main ground apa semua kan, dia lebih selesa sebab diorang main kat tempat diorang punya semangat tu lain sikit tau. Dan dengan kita punya kebincangan dekat dalam midfield kita, so game kita tak akan menjadi. Dan apa yang aku nampak, kita banyak pakai Weghorst sebagai target. Tetapi satu bola crossing pun tidak ada kepada Weghorst tu.
Betul.
Kalau kita nampak. Sebab kita punya type midfield kita bukan jenis cross bola tau. Kalau kita nampak Shaw yang akan cross, Wan Bissaka tu mungkin sejuta dalam sekali lah kalau dia boleh buat cross. So kat sini point aku yang aku nampak, bila kita dah draw 2-2, masukkan Fred untuk stabilizekan midfield kita, rasa pincang lah sebab diorang still attack and then awareness mistake daripada defend kita dan dibantu dengan macam saya cakap tadi VAR. So game kita tak ni lah, memang kita pincang lah. Maksudnya kalau kita tengok pun kita tengok kat TV pun kita boleh rasa macam kita rasa yes, betul. So banyak benda yang perlu dibaiki lah sebab kita punya player banyak yang ada kualiti dan ada yang tak berkualiti. So yang tak berkualiti tu sepatutnya kita kena move lah, kena buang lah. So baru kita boleh cerita pasal title challenge whatever.
Yes. Ni echo dengan apa Justin cakap lah. Kita harap kita hopefully kita ada owner macam Chelsea dan bench. Satu kalah je kita sign player, 3-4 player.
But
Okay,
can
dah,
can I just comment something here? We say that we don't have anything on the bench, and I agree totally, right? But yesterday, whatever we had on the bench, we didn't use. We should have thrown. You know, Antony is playing so badly. You could have brought in Pelestri. You could have brought in Garnacho, right?
Yeah, throw a keep him sing.
Yeah, and okay, and one more key question I have lah. We complain our bench is not strong, right? And then we have a certain Jadon Sancho who has come back in training. Why can't he be on the bench? I still don't understand that. We don't know why he left. Some mental problems, or don't know what it is. He's back in training. Why can't he be on the bench? Provide even 15-20 minutes at the end.
Yeah, I think that's the question. Mungkin I think the next game I think the Arsenal game is too much for him. I don't know, mungkin there's too much.
Later I message I asked Eric Ten Hag lah, why now play?
You put him on the bench. Send him off to don't know where. Now that he's back, they want to put him on the bench. I don't understand that. And then we complain we don't have players.
I gotta ask you the expectation. Previously lawan City, we're gonna title challengers. Then after 2 games, no more title challengers. So what do you think about our season? Patut should we expect the title challenge? This is just a blip. We're gonna go on the run again after this. So what do you think about the expectation for this season?
See, it's not so much of a title challenge, right? I think we are now in the league. We're still quite far. But if we had actually won the games against Palace and Arsenal, it's a different story, right? Don't forget Arsenal is also have to play City twice. I think they haven't played City at all, right? So potentially everybody's going to drop points. It's a matter of going game by game in the league, going game by game, just winning your games, and then towards the end you see where you are, April, May, right? Don't just say, now I want to be top 4. You're in a position where you can challenge. Just win your games and see where we are in April, okay? I think the key will still be the cup competitions. I think the next 1 week is going to be a big week, right? Because we have both the FA Cup and both legs of the League Cup semi-finals. For me, I think the League Cup semi-final, I hope we should go with our strongest team. Make sure you get a good lead in the first leg and then, see out the game. That's our best chance for a trophy lah. I mean, considering all the big teams out, I think only Newcastle is in the other semi-finals, right? So that's the best chance, a very good chance. I hope we don't go and blow it in any way. Don't make any silly mistakes, right? I guess we've had 2 setbacks now in the league. If we can put a run together, who knows, right? We just need to make sure we produce our results. And then by April, May, see where we are.
Yes. Okay, now I'm going to ask last question. Eritan, man of the match.
Okay, one sarcastic one and one real answer. The sarcastic one is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man of the match, for reminding everyone how shit he actually is. And the real man of the match, that's why I put here Pele or Walcott. Where before this we were saying like Rashford is next to Walcott. But my God, he's 100% Pele. He is 100% Marcus Rashford, child feeding Pele. He is our savior. He feeds us goals just like how he feeds children. But yeah, these are my man of the match.
Jai, man of the match.
Super goal daripada Rashford. Tapi I pilih David De Gea sebab dia ada buat super save.
Okay, for me, I'm going to follow Ayrton lah. One sarcastic, one proper man of the match. Sarcastic one, I agree with Jai. David De Gea for that punch lah. God only knows what he was doing. Even I cannot create an excuse for that one lah.
I know tak cakap.
I mean, come on, there was nobody there. I don't know what he did lah. But anyway, that's maybe like some people say lah. This time not normal freeze, brain freeze. Okay, but I think for me, my man of the match was Martinez lah. Apart from his goal, I think defensively he kept us in the game with a lot of key tackles, a lot of key blocks, right? And a lot of shots didn't reach De Gea because of Martinez. I thought, and even going forward, he put in a lot of good balls going forward, right?
Yep.
So I think for me, he was ages Rashford as my man of the match.
Okay, alright. Dengan itu, kita ucapkan terima kasih kepada Editor, Jai dan juga Dot. Thank you for joining. And to all my Chinese friend, to all JomUnited followers who celebrated Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. May this year be a great year for you. Check out, don't forget, like, share and subscribe our JomUnited and also YouTube, TikTok. Then see you guys for the next match. See you. Bye-bye and take care.
Hasta Villa.